Friends, here I will be talking about list data structure of Python scripting. See, first thing, list is one of the data structure and that is used to store multiple values into a variable. See, basically variable is used to store a value, but if you use list data structure to create a variable, then we can store multiple values into a variable. And whenever if you want to create a variable using list data structure, then you have to follow this syntax. Now here simply I have taken my list equals to empty square brackets. That means as of now in your variable you don't have any values. It is empty variable which is created by using list data structure. Now if you want to store multiple values into your variable using list data structure, then you have to follow this syntax. Inside of your square brackets, you need to write all your values and be clear, all values must be separated with comma. And here if you observe this list of values, first value is integer, second value is float, third value is string, fourth value is also a string but that is created using integer. Then next two values are like boolean, true and false. Then if you observe, this value is also a list. That means inside of a list you can also store a list as a value. Now let me go with practice so that you can be good with list. See, suppose I am defining any variable you can take. Simply I am taking my list equals to empty square brackets. Now if you print your variable, of course that is creating by using list data structure, you are going to get output as empty. There are no values inside of this curly braces because that is empty. Now let me create a new variable. I am taking my list with some values. You can take any name for your variable, be clear. Suppose I am taking simply 2, 3, 4. Now as of now, our list consists of only integers. Yes, it is possible. Now see the result. Yes, you are getting 2, 3, 4. How many values are there? 3 values. You can get that count by using length function. If you remember, for strings we use length function. Same length function even you can use for our list also. Now see the result. We have 3 values. And while creating your list, you can take your data values all or same data type, or you can also take multiple data types, or you can also include other data structure or same data structure inside of that list. See, suppose I am taking, let's say 5.6, that is a float value. Let me take some string, or let me take boolean, capital true, capital F false. These two are booleans. Or let me define complex number 4 plus 5j. Save it and run it. See the result. Yes, it is taking of different data types. Not only different data types, you can also include a value as a list inside of this list. See, suppose here I want to write some value, but instead of that value, you can take that value also as a list. Suppose I am taking a list which consists of 2 values. Now first thing, this entire thing is one value for your variable, but inside that we have multiple values. Yes, no problem. See the result. What happened? Yeah, here I missed comma. So all values must be separated with comma. See the result. That's it. See, this is simply how to define a list variable. A variable with list data structure. That's fine. Now let me go with some properties of list data structure. They are very important. The first one is the values in a list are called items or elements. So now here 2 is one value or one item. Likewise, each and every value you can call as an item or element. Then list is useful to store any number of items or elements or values of any type, and another data structure too also you can store into this list. So inside of a list you can also have one more list, no problem, like this. Then accessed by index. See, the items which are there in your list, the values, the elements, the items which are there in your list, they can be accessed by index. We know what is an index. So if you take a string, for string, your Python will give some index numbers for each and every character which are there in a given string. Same way, for each and every value or item, which are there in your list. For that, Python will give index numbers, same as string. So here, first number index is 0. See, suppose I am trying to print my list values from that index 0, same syntax as your string. See the result, you are getting first value from here. So that means we can access the values which are there in your list with an index. And lists are ordered. That means, see, suppose if you arrange your values in this way, same order it will preserve even in the output. So later we will see about dictionary data structure. There the order will be changed. Be clear. Whatever the order we have given while storing your values into your list variable, same order you will get even while printing or while doing some operations on that. That is list or ordered. Then anyway, we know that length of list will give the number of items or values or elements. And if you know length, then we can say about index numbers. If you remember once again, in strings, if length is n, then index numbers are 0 to n minus 1. So now here also suppose if length is n, then index numbers are 0 to n minus 1 or minus n to minus 1 if you consider index numbers from right to left. Then last one is we can add or change or remove item from a list at any time. Suppose I want to remove this value or this value, any value. Yes, we can change it. We can remove it. Or if you want to add new value to your existing list, yes, we can do it. That's why lists are called mutable data structure. Be clear, in your strings, once if you define a string, then you cannot modify the part of your string. You cannot insert new string into your existing variable. You cannot insert a new character into your existing string. That's why strings are called immutable, but in list, yes, we can modify the existing list without changing that variable. The part of some values of your list can be changed. That's why lists are called mutable data structure. So we will see in detail about different types of operations in our next video. Okay, thank you for watching this video.